not the case that two such consciousness could arise simultaneously? Why is this a refutation of the foundation of consciousness's existence? And what is the mind-only school's counterexample to this misunderstanding?
All right, that's your 3 questions.
Yeah, that's right.
We've had it like 3 times. Except for the last one.
I'm exempt, right?
We
I'm
see the
just,
driver
I'm just
driving
teaching.
down highway.
Why not?
The first part is easy. Why?
Oh.
You can't have 2 impressions at the same time.
Why?
Because the mind has one object.
Buddha says.
No. Exactly.
Well,
What?
No, that is
The
the only
Buddha.
reason. The scriptural, it was given in scripture.
Because that's
Oh,
Yeah,
he can say Buddha to anything.
Shisumechu.
yeah, there's no-
Okay.
that's not necessarily logic. Both of them are logic that contradicts each other. Okay, so why is this a refutation of the foundation of consciousness existence? Just a review of the concept.
Mm.
Wait a minute. Oh,
If 2 consciousness can't happen at the same time.
hey, we found a way to get everybody quiet in this room.
I knew about this way.
Mind only school.
I mean, I guess you would just have to say because it would have to be running simultaneously
Yeah.
to sense power.
The whole point of the foundation consciousness is that it's running in the background at all times.
Yeah,
So if
right.
it can't be happening simultaneously, there couldn't be a foundation consciousness of that sort. Okay, good. And what is the mind-only school's counterexample to this misunderstanding? We just had it.
We just
Yeah,
had it.
just
Same
had
as-
Huh?
No, we had it last time.
Yep. I'll give you a clue. Gyokpa. Or Gyokpo should have been.
I checked though, it's GoFile.
It's not.
Jason Copper uses GoFile too.
Get out of here.
And I found it with like 3 books.
So his carver made the same mistake. Okay, it's possible.
Nothing.
It might be the comparative, actually. I'm not sure.
The mind-only school says, well, if there couldn't be a foundation consciousness happening at the same time, how could you be aware of objects in the first place? Because the awareness of objects has to come at the same time as you see the object. So,
Seems like you could go to the
What's Gyokpa?
quilt thing. Tartan.
Yeah.
Word
Ta
socks.
ta 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 ta.
Tata.
Ta-ta.
Tata.
What's Gyokpa mean in that context?
That's a different one.
Oh.
Can I tell him, or is it a question?
Don't say GoFile.
Okay.
That's not. It's kind of risk.
Sorry.
I know. I was like,
One question.
One question.
I can stop there.
Word Buddhist. Yeah. Say, yeah.
Why does the existence of good and bad seeds necessitate the existence of the foundation consciousness?
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'll give it to the German nun.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to
We're
say.
say it louder.
There's no other way where it could be stored.
Why not?
Yeah, the consciousness are too.
Yay!
They're too flitty.
Flitty.
Oh, fleeting.
Oh, fleeting, that's
I thought you said flitty, and I was happy you were creating American words, which is an acceptable American art.
Flimsy. Me can like not firm or unstable or something. It does
You're
so
right.
due to the fact that the 6 are not stable enough, are not a stable enough basis to be imbued with good and bad seeds. Okay. What surprising fact did we learn about the beliefs of those mind-only school practitioners who follow the 7 books of Master Dharma?
They don't believe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the nerve.
Yeah.
How can we
Right.
call them mind only?
And then it
school?
came up immediately in my book afterwards.
Oh, the
Yeah, they do.
consciousness. They believe
Okay.
No,
the 6.
in consciousness is.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay.
Consciousness.
And what does Lam Trang mean?
It's a setup.
A narrow path
Were
of
you?
the outside world.
Narrow path.
Now,
Yeah. Gyokpa.
that's.
That's what I was wondering.
Oh yeah, right,
Yeah.
nice.
And Dedan Jejangi Samsapa.
Those who follow in mind only leaning, I mean the 7 book leaning.
What are the 7? What 7 books are they talking about?
Dharma Kirti, Vina.
It's only Dharma Kirti.
You sure?
I thought it was some technology.
I thought it was both.
Almost.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
He taught us it
think-
like 5 years ago.
Some year.
Uh-huh.
Winter
at
term.
Guadalajara.
It was winter.
Yeah,
it
we
was
did
that-
the first chapter of Yuki Muso.
Yeah, it was. They're all
The title.
Oh, what was that class?
That's it. Okay. Guess you'll-
Yay. Nice homework. Thank you for spending the time on it. Okay. We're at a major. I have a question for Utpala.
You want to take the Chinese route?
I'm sorry. Every time I open a document,
Yeah, I know. Go
It-
to
it-
review,
wait. How do you know what I'm going to ask you?
as it happens to me too.
Every time I open a document, it goes into markup mode
Yeah.
automatically.
Yeah.
Automatically.
Yeah.
And
Go
I
to review, well, just turn it off for now and then.
no, I know how to turn it off, but I keep doing that over and over again. Then if I make a PDF from it, it shows the line. And it's not popular with my friends.
Oh,
Okay,
you just made it bigger. Go to review.
to review or view?
Yeah,
Review.
review, which is to the left of view. You would think review would come after view, but
You want to do it later? You want to do it later?
But everyone switched up.
No markup.
Yeah, I
Uh,
wouldn't mind knowing.
Okay, go to accept and accept all.
Wait, accept.
yeah,
So you have to
Drop
set
down
all
arrow.
the changes.
Do the arrow.
Oh,
yeah.
one by one.
Accept all and stop
changes
tracking.
and Stop tracking.
Oh.
Oh, great.
Nah, don't get your hopes up.
Yeah,
It
'cause
doesn't-
it-
Anyway, let's
it's
get
only
to the
supposed to
text.
work.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it later.
Now she's going to be like, open this down.
Okay, we have finished the 8 reasonings,
Yes.
or the 8, what are they called? Arguments, and we're moving on to scriptural proofs, okay? Which is Lung and Rikpa, right? We did Rikpa first, now we're doing Lung. What scriptural proofs are there for Kunshi, for example? Where do you see Kunshi in the scriptures?
Right there.
Older scriptures. Okay. Yeah.
Sutra call.
Well, here we go.
Sani Nimrachaya.
Let's skip the root text, okay? And it's going to be inserted in the commentary. Okay. Here we go. The existence. I'm going to give you the sentence before you start. The existence of Kunshi is.
Lungi is also established in scriptures.
Yeah. Okay. Why?
네, 군시 남팔시바 대 간절 실장계 공절 속 택전기 노래 송발마세.
Okay. There's the Tsongkhapa's root text. Kunshi, foundation consciousness, has been mentioned soon in many Tekchengi-do, Mahayana sutras, such as Dode Gongdrel. He just says Gongdrel, which is nasty because Gongdrel can mean anything. But here it means Dode Gongdrel, okay, which is what I really meant, which we're studying in Shenzhen for a couple of years now. But I forgot to add that to the list of books we're doing, because we're also doing Tsongkhapa and the original sutra. But anyway, as those sutras are themselves quoted in different classical commentaries, okay? Commentaries on scripture, on the word, okay?
No, that's difficult. No,
I'm sorry, you're right. Kandya.
So am I refer to the contrary?
You're right. It's Tsongkhapa's Kanda. Yeah. So, in Tsongkhapa's commentary on difficult points, we get quotations from Mahayana sutras, such as what I really meant, quoted, Chang. Okay, got it? That's not Chang A Chang. Okay, or not here. Okay. Masse.
Not just those?
And moreover, by the way, masse is very common in colloquial. You know, when you're making a list of things that irritate you about somebody.
And what's more?
You know, masse. And, you know, it's usually with indignant things. I don't know why. Okay. Means it doesn't end there, right?
Not only that. It's
Okay.
Tekmingi Tsukla Te Dun Namsuyam Tente.
Yeah, this is a very fascinating word for me because,
Because Tsuklakang,
yeah, Tsuklakang means temple.
it means temple, but it came to me because it's like
Yeah,
a book house.
the place where you used to keep sacred books was called, Tsuklak is the ancient word for scripture. Ancient word, super ancient word. So in Dharamsala, the main temple is called the Tsuklakang. And so it's just strange because it means the library or the place to keep the books. But it doesn't mean that. They don't have books in the Tsuklakang. Okay, so even in the Hinayana, so here, oh look, Tsongkhapa quoted all those Mahayana sutras that mention Kunshi, but hey, even in the Hinayana books, and he uses an old word for Hinayana because they're the old school. Then our author says when Jay Rinpoche says when he uses the old word for scripture, what he means is the collection. Yeah, the collection of scriptures. Okay, the Hinayana corpus that's what he's saying.
Yes.
When Tsongkhapa says Hinayana Tsuklaks, which literally means ancient book, he's talking about the Hinayana corpus. Okay, Namsa Yang. What's the Yang?
Also,
Meaning what?
they also describe Kunji.
I'll solve it just like the temperature.
In addition to
Good.
the
Yeah.
greater
Yeah.
radius.
In addition to the greater. Good. Are indicated. Why these two commas?
Because Tsongkhapa used them.
His author likes to indicate where Tsongkhapa cut his text, and it's very confusing if you don't know what he's doing. So don't correct it. It's correct. It's just an odd convention by him, but it's allowed. He's allowed to do that. He wants to draw attention that this is root text. Okay. Probably it ended in Namsa Yang. Yeah, you see here with two commas. He's just being cute. Okay. I started correcting them all, and I realized he's doing it on purpose. Then we should leave it. Okay. Here we go.
Deshin Shekpa Jungme Penyun Namshi Dole Kegyu Kunshi Lagawa Shetang Pelchende Pe Lungle Tsawe Nampar Shepa Shetang.
Okay, cool. The 4 types of benefits from a Buddha appearing in the world. Okay? Okay. And it's a sutra by that name. It must be a Mahayana or Hinayana? Yeah, Hinayana. For the Mahayana, he gave the example of what I really meant, right? Now he's giving examples of Hinayana. Okay. So why are we interested in this sutra?
It establishes
Also
Kunshi.
mentions Kunshi.
It talks about Kunshi. It talks about a foundation, a consciousness which is a foundation of all perception, which is only accepted by the mind-only school. Okay, I guess. And that book says famously, Kegu Kunshi Lagawa.
Everyone loves Kunshi.
Yeah, yeah. Explain the gu.
All 9 people.
Gu in Tibetan is like how we use like zillion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
English. It's like
9.
Yeah, it means zillions of people accept that, but they use 9 for. 9. So Kegu means everybody. 9 people means everybody. Everybody loves Kunshi.
9 out of 10.
Okay, so that sutra says everybody likes Kunshi. So don't tell me Kunshi is not mentioned even in the Hinayana scriptures. It's everybody likes it. And Pelchen Depelung.
And the majority of scriptures.
The word of the Pelchen group.
Oh yeah, the Pelchen.
Pelcheners.
He's going to explain why they're called Pelchen.
Because they
It's in his text.
were...
We finished it. I don't remember myself.
Yeah.
That's why I'm picking on you.
Yeah, I don't know. Most of them were left over after a bunch of them left for some other group.
something like that,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I stole,
roughly.
I stole your footnote from my book.
Yeah, I used
Bon
this.
appetit.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
stolen from you. It's
So that scripture
I didn't know.
says,
That sister says that the foundation consciousness,
yeah, which our prover takes to mean,
mind, kunshi.
yeah, okay. The book only says root consciousness. And then our guy says, see, they're talking about Kunshi. So he's already jumping to, you know,
uh-huh.
But Jason Kappa and Chujinal probably do the same thing.
yeah.
Yeah. Tawa, Kun.
These all seem to be taken from the Mahayana Sangraha, okay? They're very hard to find elsewhere, okay? Like, I don't see these scriptures elsewhere. And I did pages and pages of notes, okay? I did like 10 pages of notes.
Like,
Basically,
Okay,
this was
and,
Helen, Geshe, did you double check your notes for that?
I did not.
Yeah, you did it.
Yeah, we did it for Chijing Nampandan. So I'm just going to go quickly through the notes and see if there's anything that might help you later. Here's a Tengyur text. This is the Mahayana Sangraha. By the way, which was popularized in China by a scholar named Paramartha in the 6th century. Okay? And he was a mind-only guy who went Paramartha. I don't know what you call him in Chinese. It means ultimate meaning or something. His name is ultimate meaning. He's Indian, yeah. He was brought from central India to China by some emperor or something. Okay, he's going to be mentioned here, but one of his favorite books to teach in China was Mahayana Sangraha, written by
Master
Tekchen Dupa by a Sangha. Okay.
Are you saying that example of a Hinayana text you found in the Mahayana Sangraha?
Yeah,
Okay.
quoted.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Quoted in the Mahayana.
Okay.
And here it is. Okay. Here it is. Okay. Which means a Namdang Dini. You want to read the big letters?
Namjang Dini Kunshi Nampar Shepan Nientu Ke Tekpar Yang Tenpa Gedun Pelchen De Lungle Kyang Tawe Nampar Shepa Shejumte.
Yeah, okay. So Namdang Dini, this example, this version, Kunshi membership indicates that even in the Hinayana schools, Kunshi membership was taught. And moreover, we have the Gendon Pelchen de Belung, the word of the majority group, which refers to root consciousness, okay? And Jungde means you see this wording in those books. You see this wording, Kunshi, root consciousness. So therefore, even the Hinai people are talking about it. That's a Sangha. And I believe we couldn't find these books. If I remember correctly, we couldn't find them, okay? But anyway, that's where Jetsun Kappa is taking them, from Mahayana Sangraha. Because he mentions Paramartha later, which leads me to believe Paramartha's big thing was the Mahayana Sangraha. So, okay.
The majority of the majority school were followers of Kashyapa.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
You found it?
Yeah.
Okay. Read these big letters.
Tetawe na kunshi lampar gawe chen shejao kunshi pangpe chir shejawa ni lekpar shumpe chir ro.
Yeah, this is a commentary to the Mahayana Sangraha. And it says there's people that we call the guys who love Kunshi, super love Kunshi. And people who say, I give up Kunshi, we smash them. Well, okay. Okay, so that's the commentary of Mahayana Sangha. I wasn't happy because I couldn't find the original quotations. I think he's taking them out of the Mahayana Sangha. Okay.
Well, with Chujinao and Keldon,
Did he find them somewhere?
well, the original scripture that they quoted,
Yeah.
we couldn't find that existed anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's Gungtang Koncho Tembe Dume, who's kind of a super nerd from East Tibet, and he has some. He flirts with it, okay. And then there's Second Dalai Lama, and he talks about it a little bit. You can play with those if you're interested. I'm not going to spend the time. Here's a Sera Jetson, who's from the wrong monastery, but he's okay. Yeah, and he's the one who links Tsawai Namshe to Kunshi. He says when they talk about root consciousness, they're talking about Kunshi. So there's a scriptural proof of it. This is raw data, uncatalogued data. And it talks a little bit about it.
So you don't even know what book it is?
No, you don't know in the uncatalogued. Sometimes you don't know. Unless you study it. I went and read it for you. Okay? Anyway, there's a discussion of it there. I don't think we should spend the time to go through it. Okay? Okay, here we go. Yay! Another Hinayana book.
Ne ten pe lung le si pe yen lap tawa tang she so tang satun de pe lung le korwa jitse pe umpo nam shepa she.
Yeah. Then he quotes a Hinayana book that we don't have. Called
Scripture of the Elder.
Yeah, the Scripture of the Elders.
Isn't that another group? That's
Yeah,
another,
it is.
Yeah, these are all groups that we had in his book. So if you're interested, go to that book. Okay, which talks about CPM Laktawa, a view of things, which is a component of samsara. Are we still talking about Kunshi?
That we're supposed to be.
Could be.
I mean, I'm going to say yes in theory. But
Maybe
let's
we're
see.
talking about Nyinyi now. I don't know. Because it's the 7 viewing 8, which is the root of samsara, right? So I don't know. She Sokan, Satan De Benlung. This is another one. What's his? He's a teacher, right?
Yeah.
Teacher's
Heroes,
name.
teachers.
The people
Yeah.
who follow Satan.
Yeah.
Certain of the parts of a person survive for as long as samsara survives, which they take it to be kunshi, a reference to kunshi.
Kind of a stretch. But,
Yeah. Say, okay, please.
Mingi namjang shen tang shen tak ki tempe nalong ki tropo.
Yeah, here he explains his stretch. He defends his stretch.
Okay.
Oh, these are all synonyms. Just different. Shen and shen means it's a whole variety of synonyms. Other and other means it's a whole variety. We're so lucky there are different references to kunshi, you know, like fish and. I mean, he's stretching some of them. Okay, but.
This one we just had is more, would lean toward it being mini, not kunshi.
No, well, it's. No, remember when you become an arhat, what happens to your kunshi?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Even according to the mind.
Right.
you keep the kunshi, but your nyunyi gets cut.
Oh, so these last two they kind of would be nice to call them yunyi, but I don't know. But,
Remember the last time we had the dwarf and Namjo?
yeah. Mewtwo.
Nitung and
Mewtwo.
That's a midget.
That's a midget, yeah. Okay, anyway, that was a long time ago for me. I've been in a couple thousand countries since then. Okay. it goes back to the Mahayana Sangraha. You get this wording. Okay, here it is. So he's just pulling it from the Mahayana Sangraha. He's all his proofs he's pulling from the Mahayana Sangraha. Okay. Satan is, I think I went to Ben's text. No. Oh, it's mentioned in Mahayana Sangraha again. Okay. Satan ki de lung le kyang. Okay. So there's the mention in the Mahayana Sangraha. So at least you can reference that. Okay. There, Ben's text. This is one of the 7 divisions of the Sarvastivada. Oh, and I cut it out of Ben's text for you. I know you wanted it.
Mahishasaka.
Okay. There's the 7. Okay.
Mahishasaka.
I just stole his footnote.
Oh, okay. I really like it when you guys use each other's stuff.
Yeah, right.
I think that's really awesome. I have a folder where I keep all of your footnotes, and I just take them and use them, so.
It's in the Dropbox in case
We should do
anyone's
that.
aware of that. Yeah,
And your bibliography entries. So as time goes by, we can speed up because we can use each other's footnotes. And I like that it ties the whole
series together.
ball of sugar together. Okay. Gur.
Yeah.
Gur, you know?
Sugar.
Big roll.
Yeah, it's brown sugar balls in India. Okay. They always have.
Ants.
No, they have maggots. Maggots.
Oh,
Yeah. You go, and you're like, oh. Okay, here we go.
Place that sometimes-
Oh, here's Mewtwo.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Shall I read it?
Yeah, just read it for good luck.
Tietar sungpe kunshila. Yik she mitung yamjok sung. Rimshin punkt po swarwatan. Jikta sumla gung shindo.
Summarize the meaning of that verse without looking at my note.
Okay.
Very quickly.
It's saying
Yeah.
when kunshi is referred to in these ways,
Mm-hmm.
there are 3 Hinayana scholars, masters. Yikshe, friend of the earth,
Mm-hmm.
Mietung, the short guy, and Yangjo, the one who proclaimeth. Those 3. And when they talk about it, they talk about it in 3 successive ways. They talk about it being heaps, feeling, and the view which sees me and mine as self-existent.
Yeah.
Those are their interpretations and how they
Good.
view it.
So the 3 synonyms that you are stretching to fit kunchi are explained by these guys themselves. You're sure they're all Hinayana? I'm not sure.
Totally.
Even the Hinayana guys say it's not kunchi. So, and you're stretching it, man. I mean, we felt like you were stretching it. Now we know for sure, because even the Hinayana scholars say that's not. When they say everybody likes kunchi, they're talking about pumbo, talking about their body, and so don't stretch it. It's too much. Okay. Don't say the Hinayana people support kunchi. They have the word. It's not what they mean. Okay, got it? In other words. Here we go.
Wona, Detar Tekmen gi Denil ne Sungbe Kegu Kunshila Gawa Shesop gi Dotsik gi Tu Nentu Depe Jitanjel Shena.
Yeah. So from the Tekmengi Denen, from the corpus of the Hinayana, in that way, stated things like, everybody likes kunshi, okay? The meaning of these sutra words, dotsik, well, how did the Hinayana people themselves interpret those? Because who's stretching it? Asanga.
Someone who loves kunchi.
Okay.
Yeah, Asanga in Mahayana Sangraha. He said, look, even the Hinayana supports this. He's the stretcher. And now, well, how do the Hinayana people interpret those nicknames or whatever you call them? Okay. Well, here you go.
데라 춘바 익셰 탕니 퉁탕 양조 순히 림바 신트 풍포 탕 초라 데와 탕 찍다 순나 공태 대닥 게 군남 가와 응겨 왜 시인 대체 셴도
Shendo. Nice. The Reverend, is it Vasamitra or we're not sure?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, and I didn't find Mewtwo, did you?
Yeah, it
Mr. Shorty.
Shorty.
I don't know the Sanskrit, but he found it. Okay.
found all of them.
And Yang Doku, I don't know the Sanskrit either. Sumki. What's this Rinpoche mean?
Step by step.
Each of the successive, like,
Respectively.
respectively.
Yeah, the first guy thinks it's the Pumbos, the second guy thinks it's the Tsoradewa, and the third guy thinks it's Jikta. What? The Kunshi that everybody likes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 3 guys interpret the Kunshi 3 different ways. Nobody says it's
Kunshi.
Kunshi. Good. Okay, so Yikshe says, oh, everyone likes their
Heaps.
body and mind complex. Shorty says, no,
Shaw.
everybody likes feelings. The root text has feelings, but our author says it means pleasant feelings. Okay? And Yang Dong says, no, they're talking about destruction, the view of destruction, the first link of the wheel, okay? It's not a nice thing, it's not kunshi. Okay, got it? Gongte, that's what they think it is. There's gong, okay? Sandi. Okay. Deda kego nam gawar gyo shi in becher. These are things that people like. Okay? Okay. These are objects that people like. Shen dudo. That's their position. I liked Jetson Kappa's treatment in the auto commentary. He's going to translate it shortly after he finishes this one. I guess we don't really have to go through it.
We will.
Oh, he ties it to Tekchen Dupa. Okay. Yeah, and he explains why good feelings and things like that. Let's save it.
Sure.
Okay. Let's save it.
Next
Otherwise we
10
won't
years of my
finish.
life.
Yeah. And here's a nice commentary on how they said that by Ngama Pelton, which you referred to already. Okay. So we don't have to read that. I believe the Yikshe here is Yin Yin and not Vasamitra.
Really? That's, you said the opposite when we did now on Pelton.
Well, and I asked Word maybe could research Mewtwo and Yangdong, okay?
We did that. I did that for our draft last time.
Yeah. Well, you can study this. These are arguments in favor of. Oh, there's
Yeah. Wow.
that might be the root that means feminine.
Yeah.
Oh, Vamana.
Little,
Maybe small body.
little guy could be.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a lady.
Anyway, there's some choices for you.
Mewtwo.
And Yikshe wrote a commentary to Mahayana Sangraha, or something like that. Okay. Here, where is that? Panditajina Mitra. Oh yeah. A commentary to the Mahayana Sangraha by Yiknyan. Okay, so he's connected to that book also. That is interesting. Okay. I don't know. I got this. Okay. Okay. Anyway, these are places where he's mentioned. Here's the commentary. They're surprised that it's Yiknyan. Okay, when you have time, you can read all that stuff. Okay, here we go.
특파 옥메 룩탑라 출 대미롱메 느끼 택전 번남 롱대든 군시 남파 셰파로 두파 체칠 참와테 강칠 익셰 소피니 첼와 큐탄 덴체로.
Okay, you want to just gloss it for us?
Sure.
Did we go through that? I don't remember.
Probably.
Tepa Okme Luke.
The systems of the Hinayana,
Okay, in these systems,
in those systems, yeah,
still they double negative, mirung me.
they don't admit that it's proper in that system to use.
Me means I admit.
Right.
I admit that if you restricted yourself to the Hinayana, those explanations wouldn't be so bad.
Oh, right.
Okay? Now, where's he going? Okay? Yeah. If you just restrict yourself to the Hinayana, I admittedly, these are not improper.
Yeah, they're not that bad.
And here's the disjunctive key.
But
Okay, take Chambanam, but when those Mahayana dudes
when those meanings,
interpret du, when they interpret it as Deni grammar case, as Kunshi number Shepa, when they interpret the meaning of those quotations as Kunshi number Shepa, Chiche-sang.
So great.
no,
Perfect. Big stumble, like Lobsang, right? Big, very good. Excellent. Why? Well, but why? Can't you? You ask me why? You want to know why?
Yeah.
Well, Yikshe and those guys, their commentary, Jawa, has kyuns.
Problematic.
Good, okay.
Problematic.
Those interpretations have problems.
Is
Okay.
this Jason Kappa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where he's going, do we have time? How we doing?
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Yeah, where he's going is, the quotation is Kunshi Lagawa.
They like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how can you say Pumbo?
Right.
This
yeah,
body that's getting old, wrinkled, sick all the time, who's in love with that?
Yeah.
You can't interpret it that way. That's not what Kunshi means. Okay, that's where he's going. He's gonna hit on the. They're supposed to gawa this thing.
Would they use?
I mean, my kunchi ain't in great shape either.
No, it's not.
Yeah. Okay, in Tibetan, would it be weird to use the word gawa to just say like they like it in the sense that they're attached to it? And
That too also.
Yeah, sure, right.
But
Wouldn't you think?
then he attacks gawa with sorwa dewa because it's painful. If you take gawa as attached to or attracted to, you can't say sorwa because that's pain.
But now,
Well,
So
then what the
includes
heck
pain.
am I at that?
By the way, we said gawa. He didn't say gawa. He said sorwa.
Can I say
Mutung.
Dewa.
Yeah.
aren't I?
No, he didn't. He said sorwa.
right, he said
not
sorry,
bad.
he didn't say Dewa.
Yeah. So how can you be in love with sorwa when your pain is also at sorwa?
But Chujino Togen did it a different way.
I don't care. He's a Mongolian.
I'm just reinforcing what you're saying.
Okay, go.
Tekpa okma pa ta kunshi tunpe numinpe.
Okay, translate that much.
Okay. The Hinayana, those Hinayana scriptures.
Nah, pa.
Those Hinayana,
Those
yes.
people.
Yeah, those Hinayaners.
Right. Yikshe. So, when they teach kunshi,
No, they are numin.
they are not consistent with scripture.
Come on.
They're not. Oh, they're not. They're improper vessels.
Good. They are not a worthy vessel to teach kunshi.
yeah.
So the Tsongkapa like, come on, who would teach kunshi to lower guys anyway? They're not a proper vessel for that teaching. That's not appropriate for them. They're not ready for that. Okay. Therefore, they luglani.
Therefore, when those systems speak of it,
Yeah.
in those systems,
Yeah, in the Hinayana,
yes, in the Hinayana,
the dutsul of these three lopans,
the agreement on those systems, what they're proposing,
good, the positions they take,
yeah, they're not.
对啦，没有chair okay, okay. If hang into their own school, I admit it's not such a big problem.
Right.
But
But
then we got those double comma guy.
yeah.
Ungang.
On the
Well,
other hand.
well, furthermore, or on
Well, he's kind of glossing key.
right.
Uh-huh.
Okay. But it's just another but.
Yeah,
But means but.
But
Okay. Those take terminals.
when people in the Mahayana speak of kunshi,
Yeah.
their meaning
When they interpret it as
as
Real.
Krishna
Krishnamacharya,
Shepa Chichesa.
it's great,
It's wonderful.
perfect.
He glossed butt, but he didn't gloss great.
By the way, in text, this is a warning. In text I was looking at, this is a very common, this mistake has been repeated numerous times.
Kunshin.
It's the na was R-N-A-M, Kunshin Nam She.
Yeah.
And many of the carvings have this mistake. Okay, so just beware. It took me a while to figure it out. Okay, that's why I don't get to sleep. Okay, go, Kanki China.
Kanki cherna yikshe so tsumpa te sumhi ni terwa demiel lengi pungponga te nelwa but soki ni kawe shitan.
Let's just do that much. And we have time to finish this section.
We have 6 more minutes.
Oh, we'll go slow then. Okay, these three guys, Jalwa, their interpretation, their commentary, right? Okay, let's say it is that Kunshi Lagawa means everybody likes their body and mind. Haha. Well, Nyawapa Chichin.
Yeah, how the hell being?
Yeah, somebody in the hell. Are they enjoying their body and mind? Okay, because they're Kunshi Lagawa.
They're enjoying their
They like
kunshi?
Kunshi. If you say Kunshi is,
Something everyone enjoys.
if you say Kunshi if you say Kunshi Lagawa means Pumba Lagawa, then Nyawapa Chichin. Take the hell
If you
being.
say Kunshi Lagawa means Kunshi Lagawa, then
Oh, we're not there.
Yeltsin Lachuchin.
No, we're not. Well, that also. Okay.
We're not enjoying much of anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not a kunshi in the sense of something they enjoy. It's a migaweshi.
It's something
It's
that's
yeah. Okay. And moreover, here we go.
Toro dewa ni something shiba yenche ki mi gawe shitan.
$50.
And
This sentence, no help.
those are who are in the fourth level on up of the form realm don't want to enjoy good feelings either because they don't
Damn.
want good feelings at all.
$50. $60. You earned that.
Yeah.
It was actually very clear, which is not, always the case.
Nice.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, when you reach the fourth something level, which is the sugar crystal, you're supposed to leave behind anything except anesthesia feeling. You're just zonked out, you can't feel good, you can't feel bad. Okay, but by the time you get there, you're not even attracted to feeling good anymore. You just want to be in the heroin. You want to take heroin and just go into nothing, Okay? Good, nice, very nice. You did that very well. Let's see if you can do the rest well. I don't think so. Okay, Chitani.
Chitani chutanche dakme palam nepe rangde namki ni gawe shiyin pena.
Yeah, and the Jikta,
And the
which sees the me and mine as being self-existent, is not a very pleasant thing for those people who say dogme.
there is no
There is no dog. Yeah, don't tell me that view, which takes me and my mind to be self, is something they enjoy. It's not. So the scripture said, "Kunshi lagawa." They enjoy kunshi. Well, who enjoys the source of all suffering? Okay, got it? Who's talking? Tsongkhapa. Okay, and he's saying, okay, maybe those Hinayana guys, they can say stuff like that in their own house with the other Hinayana guys, but when you get out of that house, it's all crazy. Okay, got it? I don't like those two interpretations. So don't tell me the Hinayana scriptures are supporting Kunshi.
They're Kyundam Gempa.
It's not great.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's why their interpretation of those three guys' interpretation is bad. We did logical support for Kunshi, and then we did scriptural support for Kunshi. Now we move on to Nyunyi.
We kind of did the opposite of scriptural support for Kunshi.
That's true. That's true. Well, he did say the Mahayana scriptures mentioned it. Yeah, he destroyed half the scriptural support for Kunshi proposed by Asanga. Okay, thank you. So now we're on to support. It's called Nyunyi Drupje. We're going to have proofs support for the idea of Nyunyi.
Wow, this section.
By the way, we are racing towards the end of his text. And if we go downhill, not downhill, but we can get to the end if we kind of,
Home stretch.
if Geshe-la doesn't tell any stories. Okay, let's go.
Nomo chenki imena men mandre pa imarikpa tang ngapo tak tang drawa tang nyumpan jokpe che.
I think this che is a mistake, probably. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna make a note, okay? I'm guessing.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, it does.
Trap tang Nietzig me pe kun tunkyur ndushe me par.
I'm gonna split it into two verses, okay?
Okay. Tepe yun war zin me pe kun tunkyur ngar zin pa tang den pa ni nam pa kuntum ni te chir nyuni yupar she parja.
I'm gonna unsplit this because it's not two verses, okay?
Okay.
It's 9, right? 4 plus 4, 2.5. Okay, I numbered them for you just to make the commentary easier. Okay, so these are 6 problems that would come up, logical problems, similar to the 8 arguments we had. These are problems that would come up if Nyunyi Mena.
If there were no.
Geshe-la, we're out of time.
If you didn't
Okay, and by the way, here's the, for very rarely it appears, the full term for Nyunyi. Okay, Chenki Yi. A mind which is effed up with Nyomo. Okay, you rarely see the whole word. And there it is. That's almost worth a footnote. You know? Seriously.
Yeah.
we already have one.
Did we?
Yeah, because
Well, footnote's one of them because
Title of the
yeah.
it's such a difficult. Wait, he didn't even say it in the title, right?
book.
No.
Yi.
You explain it in depth, but then the author, he also apostratizes something Jason Kappa says
Okay.
as Nyunmo Chen.
What's the name of the book?
Yi Dan Kunshi.
Yeah,
Yi.
yeah. In the name of his book, he calls messed up mind, mind. And you gotta know.
Which might be more appropriate.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's messed up. Okay.
It's also messed up.
Yeah, okay. Okay, here we go. So those are going to be, count them, 6 problems, which would come up if there was no Nyunyi.
Yay.
Geshe-la,
Oh, yes, sir.
should problem number 5 be Nietzig? Like,
No, I think it's correct. You mean spelled wrong or
Should be
something?
apostrophe T.
no, T-H.
Oh,
Well, here's the thing.
Oh no. That's ACS.
You just got hazed.
32 years ago, we decided to drop the H
Oh.
because it's unnecessary. And that will speed up the typing for the next 100 years by 1%. And you just put TZ for tsa, and you put TS for tsa, and you don't need an extra letter. It's a superfluous. You don't need it. It's unnecessary, and it's illogical. It's supremely illogical. And we just saved, seriously, we just saved maybe 10 years of typing. I'm talking over a 100-year project or something. Don't put an extra letter in there that you don't need. You see what I mean? It's a pet peeve of mine. Okay. Anyway, nobody bought it. Nobody bought it. Anyway.
We're the ones invested in typing.
Pukidushin metotam rirabling shin yende yembadi sangye shingdu mikte huargi jokun namdak shingla chuparsho idam guru radna mandala kanyatayami Dewa-kun Sanam Yeshe Sososhin Sanam Yeshe Lechung Wei Tabar Kunyi Tabar Sho Shogi Shmogi.
So why the order? Why
Yeah, why is it
Z for
five?
ta and S for ta?
It sounds more like that. Tsa and tsa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was the minimal change to the existing.
So Wiley.
Because it was already. So,
Wiley, less change would have been sticking with S.
For the
so, as a,
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, TBRC didn't pick it up, and when you use TBRC database, you have to add the H.
yeah, it's Wiley, right?
And
It's
switch
Wiley.
that with the Z. And
It's a missionary who spent 6 months in Tibet and
right.
taught Gene Smith. Unfortunately. Anyway,
You change it?
he was the only Tibetan teacher at the time.
Ignacio Wiley.
Oh, Ignacio.
Thanks for